Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood therapist, and it is Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. So it is day 18 in our series of lesser known facts and lesser known people of the culture for Black History Month. Now, listen, no need to do a shirt check. Hopefully, y'all know what this shirt is about. I am a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, founded at Howard University on January 16th, 1920, honey. But I'm wearing this today. First off, because I just threw it on today. I needed this sweatshirt because it's a little cold outside. But also, I'm going to talk about one of my sorors today. Yes, I am. I want to teach y'all a little bit about this woman today because she was, like so many of the people I discuss, one of the first to do something. And yet, so many people don't know her name. So let's get into it. So this is Soror Violet Neatley Anderson, born July 16th, 1882. And her claim to Black history fame is that she became the first African American woman to practice law before the United States Supreme Court. And that occurred on January 29th, 1926. She was one of the most prominent advocates of a landmark piece of legislation that helped secure rights and economic mobility for sharecroppers in the South, known as the Bankhead Jones Act. Sorrel Anderson was born in London in 1882, but she moved to Chicago with her family as a small child. Sorrel Anderson graduated from North Division High School in 1899 and attended Chicago Atheneum. Her interest in law began when she worked as a court reporter from 1905 to 1920. She attended Chicago Seminary of Sciences between 1912 and 1915 and went on to receive her LLB from Chicago Law School in 1920. Sorrel Anderson opened her own private practice after graduating, another like uncommon thing at that time for Black women. She went on to serve as the first female city prosecutor for Chicago from 1922 to 1923. And on January 29th, 1926, she was the first Black woman to be admitted to practice for the Supreme Court of the United States. She also operated a court reporting agency as an assistant prosecuting attorney and became vice president of the Cook County Bar Association from 1920 to 1926. Additionally, by becoming one of the first Black women to graduate from law school in Illinois, she also became the first African American woman admitted to practice by examination by the State Board of Examiners, the first African American woman admitted to practice before the Supreme Court, the first woman to engage in her own active law practice in the state of Illinois, the first African American woman admitted to the United States District Court, Eastern Division of Illinois, the first African American woman appointed to the position of Assistant Prosecuting Attorney in Chicago, and the first African American vice president of the Cook County Bar Association. She just said, I'm going to do everything first. I'm going to just pave the way and do everything first. And that's what Zetas do, honey. We are a sorority of a lot of first. So this is not in any way surprising to me. So now on to the case that she presented in front of the Supreme Court, the Bankhead Jones Farm Tenant Act of 1937. Sarah Anderson was an instrumental force in testifying in favor of the Bankhead Jones Act. Additionally, she was an active force in lobbying the U.S. Congress for support of the Bankhead Jones Act in 1936. The act aimed to provide sharecroppers and tenant farmers with low interest loans to buy small farms and was designed to transform poor agriculturalist farm workers to farm owners. This act was eventually signed into law in 1937 by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Anderson was a member of the Federal Colored Women's Clubs and the League of Women Voters. She served as president of Friendly Big Sisters League of Chicago, the first vice president of the Cook County Bar Association, again, and secretary of the Idlewild Lot Owners Association. She also served as an executive board member of the Chicago Council of Social Agencies. She is known for her work with the sorority Zeta Phi Beta. Before becoming the 8th Grand Basilisk, she was a member. Before she passed away, she donated her summer home in Idlewild to the sorority. The organization recognizes her every year in the month of April on Violet Anderson Day. As national president, Violet Anderson asked Lambda Zeta chapter in 1937 to host an upcoming national convention in Houston, Texas. No other Black Greek lettered organizations of the Divine Nine had ever held a national convention south of the Mason Dixon line. This was a notable success, acknowledging the fact that the meeting was held in the Black business sector of downtown Houston. Meals had to be provided by the YWCA cafeteria as there were no restaurants available to Blacks in downtown Houston. She also helped house various delegates, members, and friends during the conference. Listen to me. My sorors be on it. Okay? Just a whole bunch of black women doing what needs to be done, breaking barriers and glass ceilings, and becoming the first of many things at once. So if you did not know about Violet Neatly Anderson, you do now. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day. And I will be back tomorrow for day 19 in our series of lesser known facts and lesser known people of the culture for Black History Month.